And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting off again with the river breakup graphic here. Everything south of the Brooks Range open, and still the three main North Slope rivers, due to cold, snowy conditions, they'll stay iced over at least through the weekend, probably into the first of next week. So moving from that to the hazardous weather graphic here. Still have a winter storm warning out. Actually, it's out now through 4 p.m. Sunday here for the this portion of the Brooks Range here south of Toolik Lake, including Anatuvik and Adigan passes there. 6 to 12 inches of snow expected, so a pretty snowy weekend coming up there. And fire danger for spruce. You can see a lot of blue on here, just a little bit of green here off to the west and southwest. So pretty low fire dangers continue, at least here through Saturday. And the forecast for tonight, next system coming northward here after the break today and this evening here across southern Alaska. Clouds will increase and increasing chances of rain after midnight, especially toward morning for the North Gulf Coast, Prince William Sound, Kenai Peninsula, southern Cook Inlet. Wet night for Kodiak Island coming up with some gusty winds, and this warm front will spread increasing chances of rain along the central and north coast of the Panhandle. Otherwise, dry out here to the west with a fair amount of sunshine here all the way up to the Noatak Valley or clearing, and some showers continuing over the northern valleys there south of the Brooks Range. Areas of snow again in the Brooks Range with diminishing amounts as you head out toward the Arctic coast. And out to the west, a little weak disturbance here, bringing some low clouds, fog, maybe a shower or two or drizzle to the Pribilof Islands. And that'll extend down to the eastern Aleutians as well, but nothing very significant. Just a lot of clouds and light precipitation at most. This front weakening as it pushes rain in toward Adak and Atka. See, tomorrow kind of breaks up out here. Southern portion keeping it cloudy and damp for the central Aleutians. This weak disturbance keeps it cloudy and damp for the eastern Aleutians into about False Pass. Otherwise, light winds over the Bering Sea. No storms at all out there. Might get a little breezy here and toward the southwest coast, but nothing too strong. Could see gusts with this gradient, maybe up to 30, 35 miles an hour for the Alaska Peninsula. Low pressure pulling up toward Kodiak Island. Periods of rain from the Aleutian Range, eastern Bristol Bay, Kodiak Island, of course, right up into southern Alaska. Pretty wet start to the weekend here for these areas into the north coast of the Panhandle, but central and southern Panhandle looking pretty dry through tomorrow, with most of the rain staying to the north, and showers in the central interior with mostly cloudy skies, especially in the afternoon, and still some snow up there for the Brooks Range and the North Slope, but pretty much dry for the Arctic coast now. And for the day on Sunday, rain and snow showers here depending on your elevation for the North Slope and Brooks Range area, and a lot of showers over the central and eastern part of the state, increasing clearing here, especially as you head west into the south with weak high pressure, making for a pretty nice day here with mostly sunny skies for the Bristol Bay area, sunshine, Kodiak Island, Alaska Peninsula, into the Bering Sea here, Seward Peninsula, sunshine too in areas there. But low pressure now in the Gulf of Alaska keeps southwest flow feeding moisture into mostly the central and northern southeast coast. Could stay dry, but still looking at clouds down for Prince of Wales Island to misty fjords. And good shower activity here, some scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon for the central interior all the way over toward the Canadian border. And out to the west, weak trough, nothing too big out here at all, with basically weak high pressure over the central and eastern Bering Sea. But on the edge of the chart here, you can see a warm front, and that's associated with a stronger system that will move in during the daytime Monday. So gusty winds and rain spread in and northward here into the central Bering Sea, increasing chances of rain for St. Lawrence Island. Could get a little bit of light precipitation moving into Nikolsky there and Unmak Island. Maybe on Alaska Island, but the heavier stuff will be back to the west there, the heavier wind and rain out toward Adak and Atka, showery toward Shimia, and dry with light winds. Alaska Peninsula, Bristol Bay, sunshine up over the west and northwest interior, and a lot of showers left around here across southern Alaska into the Copper River Basin, some of those up into the Tanana Valley area. but dry for the Yukon Flats from about the White Mountains northward. Looks like it'll be precipitation free, and variably cloudy skies with some scattered shower activity, again mainly over the central and northern southeast coast, with drier conditions and a little bit more sunshine to the south. And for the lows tonight, in the 20s for the North Slope and Arctic coast, otherwise 30s here in the interior to near 40, and 40s for southern Alaska there, with 30s for the Copper River Basin, lower 40s Bristol Bay, lower 40s for the Aleutians, mid 30s for the Pribilofs, and in the 40s for the southeast coast. Highs for tomorrow, lower 60s, Yukon Flats over to about Eagle, otherwise mid to upper 50s, cooling into the 40s out here as you head west, and then the mid 30s for St. Lawrence Island. Highs up north there from the Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast, looking in the upper 20s to lower 30s, with upper 40s for Kodiak Island, lower 50s here for south central Alaska and the Copper River Basin, and maybe a 61 showing up around Ketchikan. And then for the lows, about the same here, maybe a little milder, 40s here in the east, but cooling into the 30s to the central and western part of the state, lower 40s for the Aleutians, lows in the 20s to lower 30s there for the Arctic coast and North Slope areas, and then that'll be followed by highs in the 50s again for the Panhandle, warmest in the south, upper 50s Kodiak, and I don't see any 60s showing up on here except right there at Copper Center. That'll be the hot spot in the state Sunday afternoon in the Copper River Basin of only 60 degrees.